Welcome to the Commodore 64 Crypt. Today we're gonna have a look at Blue Max, from Bob Pollin, presented by Peter Adams. To be clearer, Bob Pollin first did the game when it was on the Atari 2600, and finally it was ported by Peter Adams on the Commodore 64, which is the version, of course, we're going to play today. For people not in the know, Blue Max was the informal name of a German military decoration that ended up being called Pour le Mérite, which was awarded all the way until World War I. And well, it's all about nuking and bombing a shitload of planes, using either your machine gun or your bombs in order to destroy whatever is in your way. You have to destroy whatever you think you can destroy, whether it's building, turrets, or these casseroles. I'm pretty sure they must be tank, but yeah. What matters is that you destroy the things that end up glowing, because these are your mission objectives. They vary from pretty much every single playthrough that you do. They award you bonus points and they allow you to carry forward through the game, because otherwise you're just going to keep repeating the same levels over and over again. At regular intervals, you're just going to get to these friendly bases, which will refuel and restock your plane with bombs, in order to just go and do it some more. It's all about mass destruction, whether you can do it or not, whether it's deserved or not. There's absolutely no laws in aviation, especially not during wartime. The status bar at the bottom of the screen will change color depending on how lined up you are with enemy planes and all of the sort like that. There's an arrow that will also tell you if you're higher or lower than the plane, and whenever it turns blue it means you're at the same level and you can fire away. Either that or move out of the way, because if a plane collides onto you, you're dead instantly. If you're shot by an enemy turret or anything else, it's going to damage your plane a little bit by cutting off any of its 4 subsystems, but you will still be able to fly. But if you take 5 hits, which means 1 hit more than the number of systems you have in your plane, you're going to crash. So, in a way, it's pretty lenient, because this will allow you to take a whole lot of hits, and usually you can prevent hits just by staying high up in the air. But hey, you have an insurance policy, but some hits will make it so that whenever you will lose some systems, it will make it far harder afterwards to dodge the enemy attacks. More on this later. Right now, let's destroy some more planes. Most of the objectives that you'll have to destroy in this game will likely be stuff like the planes. Sometimes you can also have boats, cars, bridges, and every so often a building. For some reason, buildings seem to be very rarely objectives. I mean, okay, I take it that it probably would have been too easy if the objectives were buildings, but come on, usually in a war, this is what ends up happening. You destroy buildings because that's what usually ends up costing the most. I mean, cars are replaceable. Maybe not the people inside, but the cars themselves don't matter. And this whole objective thing can sometimes get annoying, because you will sometimes get into a situation where the target will spawn into an area where it's physically impossible to get your plane at. Like, it's gonna be into the total corner of the screen and it's gonna be completely impossible to get there. So this can be kind of annoying, more so considering that the targets will allow you to progress in this game. Also, I find it kind of ballsy of our superiors to place the friendly air base right next to the enemy base or whatever the hell this is. And yeah, if you want, you can fly really close to the ground. This will allow you to destroy cars, turrets, tanks, and all sort of things using your machine gun. But this is also very risky, because whenever you're at low altitude, you end up taking hits and this disables your systems. Right now, we've got a few gauges that lit up. F means that our fuel supply has been damaged, which makes it so that our fuel decreases about twice as fast, which is very bad. G is our machine gun, which will make it so that you're not gonna be always able to shoot whenever you're going to hold down the firing button. So, gun down things at your own risk and peril, because you never quite know if it's gonna work or not. So right now we're just going to use bombs, because right now our machine gun is completely unreliable. Also, holy shit, we're running out of fuel really fast here. It really didn't help that my fuel supply got damaged in what I think is the longest level of the entire game, so wow, that is a bad turn of event, alright? I'd like to have a landing strip right now, game. Oh, and now our bombs got damaged, so we can't even bomb reliably. Okay, so the landing strip is inside, but will I make it? Oh my god, my engine ran out, but thankfully I've been able to land. Holy shit, that was so close. Whew. Alright, I guess we can sleep more reliably now that we're gonna refuel the plane. And yeah, by the way, they refuel the plane while your fuel system is still damaged, so yeah. Talk about wasting fuel. I mean, in today's world, that certainly will not fly. But yeah, every time that you land, every single one of your systems get repaired, and you're all good and ready to go again. Also, the letters that pop out into your status bar, W means that there's wind, so that it will make your plane just randomly shift up, down, left and right. There's not a whole lot you can do about it, except to pay attention as to where it shifts you. It's of minor consequence, but it probably could be of consequence if you decide to play with some of the game option, which allow you, for instance, to enable gravity, which will make it so that your plane is going to naturally drop down on its own without any kind of input on your part, so you always have to keep rising up. All in all, not very pleasant stuff, but hey, you can spice up the game no matter how you want. There's even a pilot mode which reverses the up and down axis in order to make the game feel more realistic, but it's kind of a ball breaker because in order to bomb in this game, you have to press down and the fire button. But if you invert the control, then in order to drop a bomb, it's gonna be up and then fire button, which is incredibly unintuitive. I really do not recommend it. Oh, okay, and yeah, by the way, this plane is not for decoration. It will drop bombs on you whenever you're currently restocking your plane. Most of the time it will miss, but hey, you never have to count your chickens until they're counted, because you never know if it's gonna hit you or not. Oh god, yeah, we're at the final level, but now my bombs have been disabled, so I can't even bomb reliably. And yeah, now you have to bomb. Is that supposed to be the capital? But yeah, we totally miss. And we just crash, so yeah, with no bombs, there's no way we will have been able to make it. So we're gonna have to give it another go. And we might as well check out some of the other things. For instance, the other thing that might be disabled. M, for your motor. It makes your plane incredibly slow and unwieldy to control. So you can pretty much give up on any kind of fine control whenever you have this engine disability, because boy, you just handle like crap, so you might as well just stay close to ground level and gun down a shitload of turrets. And landing can be complicated too. Also, whenever you take off, make sure that you wait until your speed is at least 100 and turn wide, because otherwise, you're in for a nasty surprise. Risky, but still. It just oh no, fuck, I wanted to take off in order to take down the fucking plane that hounded me in my nightmares, but I didn't look at my speed. Meanwhile, in another dimension, let's go check out the end of the game. We have to bomb off like, I think that's like the capital. I mean, the game refers to them as bunkers, but come on, these kind of look too recognizable. So yeah, you have to bomb all of these while avoiding the turret fire, because otherwise you're just going to probably lose your bombs and that will make you lose the game. And as soon as you bomb all 3 of them, congratulations, you've won the game. But not quite, because now it's time to get your proper reward by going all the way back to the runway in order to land and make sure that, well, you'll be alive in order to get your reward. Usually, when you die in this game, you'll have up to 3 ranks. You can have Kamikaze Trainee, as well as Runway Sweeper and Air Cadet in that order of greatness. And if you finish the game properly, you will unlock several other ranks, such as Blue Max, which is the highest rank you can have. But since we didn't have enough points, we'll have to settle with Flying Tiger. But hey, I'd rather be a Flying Tiger than a Runway Sweeper, but I don't know, Kamikaze Trainee seems kind of cool, but if you want that one grade, you're pretty much gonna have to die immediately and get close to no points, so yeah, that's the ultimate bad award. But yeah, that's Blue Max, a pretty fun game. It doesn't have too much last ability, but it's pretty addictive in its own way. It's pretty simple and easy to control, and you'll have a bunch of fun just trying to destroy a whole bunch of planes and buildings. It can make for a good time waster. So I hope you enjoy the game, and see you for more.